Imagine a world where the apocalypse didn't end with the initial collapse, but was merely the prelude to a second, more terrifying wave of destruction. You are part of the survivors navigating the Sympatico Syndrome, a phenomenon that has linked human minds in ways both beautiful and horrifying, only to find that this new invasion isn't just about alien ships or zombie hordes, but about an enemy that can exploit the very connections that keep you sane. But when you discover that survival in this new era isn't about hiding from the threat, but about mastering the psychic noise to turn it into a weapon, you realize that defense isn't about walls, it's about mental fortitude, strategic unity, and the sheer audacity to fight back through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to Invasion, the third pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in McDonald's Sympatico Syndrome series. If you love post-apocalyptic survival tropes, psychic warfare, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists navigate a hostile environment through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of psychological resilience. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's detection of a new anomaly on the horizon, thrusting them into a race against time to prepare their community before the invasion force breaches their defenses. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of ozone and fear, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the threat. McDonald excels at capturing the psychological toll of isolation, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's mind to the void. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular survivor hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting monsters, it's about understanding the complex ecology of a hostile biome, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Sympatico Syndrome lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates toward its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major horde or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Invasion is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. McDonald has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.